just feel like, why are they living in this country or the West if they hate it so much? Like they talk about, Western values are so this and that. Why are you living here? Why are you paying your taxes here? Surely, like, it makes no sense to me. Just live. No one's got a problem with you guys being really religious or whatever, you making out you're really religious, but surely there are so many Muslim countries that would be better suited to you.
I want to add one thing to that. So you mentioned, for example, that a lot of these people live here or live in Britain or in the West. They pay their taxes and they could just go and live in a Muslim country. But the thing is, many of these people specifically, when you ask them, do think that they want to live here, and while they live here, they want to spread their ideas. They want to spread Islam. They want to spread Islam as they understand it. They want to make it the religion of the majority. I mean, I had a conversation with Hijab, for example, and he told me that that of course, he wants to spread Islam. He wants to convert people. He wants to spread it all. And once the population reaches a level where Muslims are the majority, for example, of course, it would be up to nobody else to decide what the country should look like and what people should live like. So by his implications, the country would then be turned into an Islamic state or an Islamic country, for example. So, of course, somebody like him who believes that in the future this country can be changed into an Islamic country does not want to go back, because if he goes back, he will just live as a useful or a useless person in an already Islamic country. But while he's here, he can contribute to changing this country into an Islamic country, and that feels noble to him within his framework. And that there is the problem, and we have to really seriously talk about that in order to deal with that problem. But
Can I just say, I've heard this before, where these types of the Dawa gang are claiming that, because when anyone challenges them, that is I see as an excuse that, oh, we're living here because we really care about Islam, and actually our true intention is to convert people. I don't buy that at all. I think they love living in the West because they know it is better, and because they can't be true to themselves and other people, and just admit that life is better in a non-Muslim country, they have to use this disguise of, we're giving dawah actually, and that's our true intention, and that's the way they justify. I don't buy it at all. I don't think they care at all about Islam. I like, if you scratch the surface, I don't think that they do. I think it's all like they're earning money from this. I think that they love living in the West. They love Western women as well. Let's be honest. A lot of these people,
they love
they do have that kind of mentality. They may not want to admit it, and I've seen these kind of behaviors because, okay, look at it from a woman wearing a burqa. Okay, she's completely covered up because she doesn't want a man looking at her. But I have challenged these women before. But your husband, your son, your father, if you're living in a Western country, it's impossible for them not to look at Western women who are not covered. The cleavage is showing, the legs are showing. It's impossible. So if you're really true to your word, why would you want to put your partner in it? I don't buy it. It's all nonsense. It's an excuse. They love living here. They absolutely love it. And
I can confirm that. So, as a man, growing up among religious Muslims, and later on becoming part of those religious Muslims, becoming part of a very religious circle of Muslims, I can tell you that that's pretty right. I mean, it's funny because it's something that that religious men will complain about, but also kind of take great joy in. So, I mean, I was part of those circles myself. It will usually be said, "Oh, this is very, very bad. We are in an un-Islamic space, in an un-Islamic place. Everywhere there are women, there are naked bodies, there's skin everywhere, and there is no way you can avoid it." This is actually a well-known mentality, a well-known phrase, as you just pointed it out. There is no way to avoid it. So the admission there is quite clear that that you are constantly dealing with it and constantly being exposed to it, and there is no way to avoid it. So you can't really be Islamic fully because you are constantly looking at beautiful women exposing their skin, and that is of course very, very problematic. You don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that. It's very, very difficult. Well, you are kind of doing that to yourself because you are willingly in this environment, and they do enjoy it. And I want to say I can't blame them because it's a human thing, and it's a very base, natural human or male thing to simply enjoy that. But the thing is, they're not honest about it, as you say, because they want to cover it up, and they want to act like they do not enjoy it. They want to act like this is actually a problem, but they also really love it. They also really enjoy it. So I would actually partly agree with you here and say that underneath all the talk about how, oh, this is bad and we have to convert this place and we have to spread Islam and all of that, a lot of these people actually, really love simply living in an un-Islamic environment, because an un-Islamic environment is much more fun to live in than an Islamic environment.
And also, can I say,
yeah.
and also when they're in an un-Islamic environment, they also have this sense of righteousness and that they are pious, right?
Yeah.
They're covered, and these ladies aren't covered, and I see through this so much. Like, I'm honest. Like, I've never said I'm religious. I'm more of a spiritual person. I respect everyone's beliefs. I do have an emotional attachment to Islam in terms of the way Muslims pray and stuff like that, and I've been honest about that on my channel, and people will judge me either way and stuff. I'm on my own personal journey, but I've seen these kind of behaviors, and it really, really annoys me, because it's like, if you're that religious, surely just go to. If I would be religious, I have told everyone, and if that day ever comes where I feel like, actually, I want to commit myself 100% to Islam, I want to be very religious, I will move to a Muslim country. I'm not going to become a pain in the butt living in the West, because I know people don't want us here. That's the fact. They don't want us here. They don't like us here. And I do feel there are lots of cultural influences as well. Like, if you're from particular countries, like a third world country like Pakistan, things will be worse. If you're from the more poorer side, and then things will be worse. I get that, but yeah, I don't buy this at all. It's just what they're doing is they're creating trouble for themselves and other people.
The thing to point out is that while, as you say, they only pretend to care about Islam, and they underneath simply want to enjoy living here. So while that is the case, it also unfortunately helps further the goal that you do not think they actually care about, which is to spread Islam. Because so while they do want this, they also so they enjoy living in the West. They enjoy living good lives. They enjoy living. I mean, they live here because they can't live good lives over there in the other country, obviously. But while they enjoy living here, they also spread their religion and spread their ideals in this country or in these countries, and this is a problem that we need to talk about, and we need to change minds. We need to change their minds, or we need to take care of the situation in some way. But what I do not want, and what I think although most people are ignoring this at the moment, what most people do not want is for Western nations to become more Islamic. Everybody's going to suffer as a result, including the Muslims themselves.